Yo, what's up, guys? So I got Ryan here with me. We're doing the podcast. So today we kind of broke down like game three, what we think is going to happen, predictions, how each team could improve and really take this game away. Also we talked about a little bit of NFL stuff with Baker Mayfield,
Drew Brees.
Drew
Uh,
Brees.
and then we get talk about some ESPN analysts, talk about
Yeah.
Jason Reddick, Pat Beverly talking trash on
Kendrick
Chris Paul,
Perkins.
KP, who's probably the worst analyst of all time. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, bro.
Game 3 coming up tonight, 8
So,
o'clock on ABC. Celtics Warriors. It's looking pretty. I mean, it's in the series already tied 1-1. So it looks pretty. Looks like it's gonna be a pretty good game.
yeah.
We all know the Celtics fans are pretty, loud and
Yeah, it gets pretty crazy in there.
intense.
Yeah.
So tonight, Coop. I mean, how do you feel about the game? How do you feel about the Celtics Warriors? What are some predictions you got?
So right now I feel really good about how the Celtics are playing at home. 28-13, which is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So I think we'll see them come out on the top tonight. I'm gonna say the score is like 102 to 99.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's I would say Celtics as well. I think tonight, I just think it's because the home crowd. The home crowd always has an
Yeah.
advantage um, in those
And I
first couple of
I also
quarters.
think like Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, Marcus Smart, I think they'll each have a really good game tonight. So
Yeah,
be
like I
watching
mean,
for that.
we said last time they both need to step up. I mean, they didn't
Yeah.
step up game two.
And in front of their home
Um,
crowd, that's the perfect place to do it.
yeah.
So yeah, I think they're
Um,
coming out on top tonight.
so offensively for the Celtics, Coop, how do you feel about? I mean, obviously they didn't have their best game. So
Yeah.
you need Al Horford, Marcus Smart to step up a little bit,
Hmm.
and maybe even Derek White. You mentioned him a couple times.
Yeah.
What do you think he needs to do tonight to kind of, help the Celtics win this game three?
So for sure, like Derek White he's a phenomenal bench player. Like comes off the bench, gives you what, like 15 to 20.
Hmm.
So that's a needed amount of points. So I would say just keep focused on what the goal is, and like even if you're not having a super hot night, like passing the ball around, getting it to the other players with ease and not forcing passes, creating
Hmm.
turnovers, just making bad decisions overall
Yeah,
on the offensive end, because I know they're set on defense. Like this is one of the best defensive teams in the league right now.
yeah,
So I don't think you have to worry about defense right now. I think it's majority offense. And like we saw in game one, if they're on, they're on. So I hope we see that tonight with the Celtics.
hmm I would say tonight for me, I think it's gonna be Celtics take the game. I'm gonna say I don't think it's gonna be a pretty high scoring game. I think there's gonna be a lot of defense
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm gonna go with 97-92 Celtics.
Okay.
Um, but I think for the Warriors tonight, I think they're gonna get a little bit, you know, fuzzed by the crowd. I think Steph obviously will have pretty decent game.
Yeah.
Um, I'm gonna
Especially if
say,
they're not guarding him. Like,
yeah,
have you seen some clips of the defense they play on Curry? Like, it's
yeah,
almost non-existent.
right. I mean,
So
the Warriors set some screens for
yeah.
Steph
And it's
and
really
Clay.
hard. Like he's gonna hit that shot whether you play defense on him or not, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah. I would say Steph probably gets solid 30 points again.
yeah, I could see
Um,
that for sure.
I would say probably. Do you know Andre Iguodala is playing tonight?
I don't think he is. I
He's
think he
not.
was out on like a knee injury, I believe.
Okay.
I can look real
Yeah.
quick, but
Because I mean, he kind of brings that extra defense to the Warriors.
yeah,
But I mean, he's getting a little older, so I don't know if he still
for
has the
sure.
same
Yeah,
potential as he did before. But I would say Clay Thompson definitely needs to step up tonight. Last game he got kind of lucky playing bad, and they still won. So I think maybe he definitely needs to make more shots.
yeah,
And then Jordan Poole, I mean, he needs to keep on. If he gets a solid 20 points, I think they probably win the game.
yeah,
Uh, Jordan
yeah.
Poole, because I mean, whenever he's playing pretty off or he's not being played enough by Steve Kerr, I think that's when they start to crumble a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah. And if Clay turns it on and really scores a lot tonight, then I think maybe we could see a Warriors win. But
Yeah. And then also Draymond Green, I mean, he's always been pretty consistent.
yeah,
I just think for him, he needs to stop forcing so many turnovers because I mean, he's a guy who passes the ball a lot. So I
yeah,
mean, whenever he starts to force passes, I think that's when they start to, not do as well
yeah. So
as they
Andre
should.
Iguodala is day to day, but I don't think he's playing tonight. He's
Mhm.
questionable, but I don't think he will play.
Are
I
there any
think he might.
other are there any other injuries on there?
So Otto Porter Jr.'s day to day questionable, and
Okay.
then Gary Payton the second is day to day as well.
Okay.
He's questionable for game 3. So
Yeah. He's a good defensive player that they need as well. They definitely miss
yeah,
him. That's
yeah,
for
they're for
sure.
sure missing him.
Um, Otto Porter Jr. He's a pretty good shooter, I would say.
Dude, he looks exactly like Wilt Chamberlain. It's crazy.
Yeah, they got like the same hair, kind of.
The
Uh,
resemblance is whack.
yeah. Have you seen like the picture on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nuts. Um, and then I was gonna mention this on Instagram. I saw ESPN has Celtics
Mm.
88%
Yeah, you sent me that. Yeah.
to 12%.
That's that's crazy, honestly.
Yeah, because
Like
I mean, I don't know why they keep on doing this. I
I
mean,
know like at least like I don't know, maybe it was for like this game cuz I know it
uh,
was like they weren't like the Warriors were not favored at all tonight. Like
yeah. I mean, it kind of makes sense, but I wouldn't say you should probably get more of a fair
yeah,
chance.
88 to 12.
I mean, you got Stephen Curry, you got Clay Thompson. I mean, you still got a pretty stacked team.
So the power index is 80 to 20
Yeah,
Celtics.
that's that's insane. Uh,
That's pretty crazy. Like what?
I don't get it. I really don't get it.
Yeah, I don't think they're that bad. Like
No,
obviously
obviously,
it's like the game's still gonna be close, but like
I mean, they're in the finals, so
yeah,
put some respect on their name, to be honest.
yeah. They've been
Um,
here before their season, so
yeah.
they got
So
experience.
I would say Celtics, me, you both got Celtics tonight. Hopefully they do clutch up and win.
Yeah.
We've seen them clutch up before. I mean, they can always they're always a pretty solid team in the first half. And then in the fourth quarter they always start to turn it on like they did in game one.
Yeah.
Um, but also Baker Mayfield Cooper, the Browns have uh, elected to let him not come to mini camp or training
Yeah.
camp for
He was excused from mini camp.
yeah.
So
I mean, it could be. I think it's a sign, obviously, that they want to trade him.
yeah.
Hopefully, they can figure something out.
hmm
But it looks like, I mean, we said last time, Sean Watson, he's got a couple more allegations on his hands.
Yeah. So will we see him play again? Like, I don't know. And with Baker Mayfield, I don't think he really feels welcome in Cleveland. Like
Yeah.
I guess they were kind of just trying to get rid of him with this trade. Or
hmm
yeah, with the sign deal. So
Yeah.
um yeah.
Hopefully, I mean, I feel like a good team for him would probably be the Panthers, or maybe like the Seahawks, to be honest. I think the Seahawks
Maybe we could see him.
but hopefully something works out.
Yeah,
Obviously Baker still has a lot more talent and
yeah,
he has a ton more years ahead of him.
yeah.
So
He has definitely has more years to play. So we'll see. We'll see how his career pans out.
yeah. And then also Drew Brees is leaving NBC for family conditions, I guess.
Mhm.
Um, he was all right as an analyst on NBC. I watched a couple Sunday night games. To me, it looked like he wasn't super comfortable being on, the show as much as some of the other analysts were. But overall, he still is a pretty good analyst.
Mhm.
Um,
I mean, he's
I
played the game for so long. So
yeah, I respect his decision, obviously, to
yeah, yeah,
spend more time with his family and probably spend some time playing golf. I mean, he loves playing
yeah.
golf. So
Just some
hopefully,
free time, you know.
yeah. Um, and then I was gonna ask Cooper, who are some of your favorite ESPN analysts right now, basketball wise?
Right now. So is Max Kellerman is not still on the jump, right?
No, he's not.
No.
Uh,
Well, I did like Max Kellerman. He had
Yeah,
some
to me,
crazy takes, but
yeah,
love him for it, bro.
I feel like for me, Max Kellerman is definitely up there.
Yeah,
Um, how do you feel about Stephen A. Smith?
I don't know. I don't love his like anti like he's so loud. Like I would rather listen to someone more like soft and like I don't know. But I mean it's not all bad, but some of it's just annoying and he's like screaming at you half the time.
Hmm.
So I also
Someone that,
like Richard Jefferson.
yeah,
He's pretty funny and just entertaining.
yeah. I also like JJ Redick.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think he's been doing really well on
Yeah.
ESPN. He's definitely won some debates against Stephen A. Smith. I've seen a couple highlights, or not highlights, just a couple playbacks of some debates that they had.
Mhm.
So I think he's very, very good, talented. He has his own podcast as well.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Um, how do you feel about Kendrick Perkins? Because I mean, he told me before um, that he's not the best.
Uh, he has some of the worst takes I've ever heard, man.
Yeah,
Like,
he,
have you ever heard like Paul Pierce?
yeah,
He has some pretty crazy takes. Some of them he can like
back up.
actually back up,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's
yeah,
just interesting to hear like just the most outrageous takes ever and like how they back it up. It's like,
yeah. Paul Pierce actually got fired because he was with some strippers and he was on Instagram Live, and so he got fired for
oh dang,
it.
that's
He'll be
tough.
he's enjoying retirement. I mean, so
He is enjoying retirement. Oh man.
um, but did you see some NBA players on ESPN? Did you see Pat Beverly, CJ McCollum? What do you think of them?
Yeah. So I really like CJ McCollum because like obviously the players like who still play in their analysts as well in the off season or in the playoffs. It's kind of interesting and I like
Yeah,
because they're like playing currently like you know so like they don't have these old head like ideals or
yeah,
whatever but I really like that and like Pat Beverly is interesting. I mean, he's talking trash all the time, you know. So it's interesting to hear his takes and ultimately Draymond Green was on there
yeah,
too. So it's
yeah. I mean,
interesting. Yeah,
I was very shocked by Pat Beverly's comments against Chris Paul. Um, I feel like he kind of disrespected him a little bit. Chris Paul
oh,
has
a
been,
lot.
I mean, a lot. Never mind.
Yeah,
Chris Paul's been an amazing player. I mean, I understand that. I mean, he's a player, so he has definitely a lot of different viewpoints than people from the outside.
yeah,
Um, But I mean, I was kind of surprised when he said that the Suns weren't a team they were scared by. I mean,
He said the Timberwolves could have taken them if they
I
had
mean,
been that 8 seed.
I believe him. I think they
Yeah,
definitely could have.
yeah,
But I mean, ultimately, he's a guy who averages about 9 points per game, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and then you got
yeah,
Chris Paul, who's I mean an all-star.
yeah.
So I mean, I don't think he should be talking trash to somebody who's 10 times better than he is.
But also like Pat Beverly, he's majority on like his strengths are on the other side of the ball,
Yeah, that's true.
defensively. So
Yeah,
I mean, just getting inside players' heads as well. So
yeah,
yeah, I mean, sometimes it doesn't always carry over into like a stat line.
yeah.
That's crazy, but yeah, it definitely helps a team for sure.
I think CJ McCollum did very well on ESPN.
Yeah.
I'm still very sad to see him leaving the Portland Trailblazers. I mean, that was
Yeah.
pretty
But I mean,
sad.
bro, Pelicans have got something special. I'm excited to watch them next year, bro. They're gonna be crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you got Zion, you got CJ, you got Brandon Ingram, you got Jose Alvarado.
Hmm.
It's pretty stacked. And then you got Jonas Valanciunas, who's a
Brandon
beast.
Ingram too. Like,
Yeah.
so
I think they could probably. I mean, I wouldn't say finals next year for them. I would say
yeah,
probably just.
it's in the
co-
future for sure, though.
Yeah. Yeah. They definitely need to build some chemistry.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
with
especially
Zion coming back.
Zion. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Um, but hopefully we see pretty good game tonight.
yeah.
Looking forward to watching it.
Hopefully,
Um,
I might just be
and
watching the game cast again. But
um,
it'll be good.
hopefully it's hopefully it's a close game because I mean
Yeah.
those are always fun to watch.
Hmm.
But that's it for me, Coop.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to watching the game tonight. And if you guys can, please do subscribe, like, comment on the video, and let me know what
So
you guys think about game 3 tonight as
yeah.
well.
What are your predictions?
Yeah.
Throw it to
Uh,
us.
see you guys.
See ya.